Welcome back to Boone Grove for the start of the second quarter. No score. Kyle Mathas with Isaiah Gransberry. And Lake Station's got a good drive going here inside of Boone Grove territory. Actually, the punt from Montez at the end of the first quarter never actually got past the 50, so. Parker. No, it's a direct snap to Alderson, running right again. He just picked up almost 20 yards in the previous run and gets inside the 25.
And this is pretty serving some really good opportunities here for Lake Station, running this like basically three-back directional snap offense. And so it'll be interesting to see how Boone Grove adjusts, but how can you really adjust when it's really just a matter of who he snaps it to?
Yeah, it's just, and then it's also the offensive line, how much they can push forward and get blocks. Well, three in the backfield again. You got McNeil, Alderson, and Parker. Who's going to get the snap here? It's going to be a snap to the left side for McNeil, I believe, and he powers forward close to the line to game. Going back to Oscar Alderson, he's a senior, but he got injured last season, and coach says that if he wasn't injured, he would have been one of the leading rushers on the team. And right now, he is one of the leading rushers on the team. So 3rd down and 1. But he's actually 15th in the entire state of Indiana right now in total touchdowns with 16. 11 of those coming on the ground. And 5 of them coming in the air. 3rd down and 1. I think we know this ball is going to get ran here, but by who? It's going to be Parker. No, it's actually Alderson. Runs to the right side, gets inside the 10. Alderson to the end zone. Touchdown. Lake Station strikes first on the road. They've lost 9 straight to Boone Grove. They're trying to win 1 and move to 6-2. What did you see on that play, Isaiah?
I just saw great blocking, way to secure the edge, and he just takes off and goes right there for Oscar Alderson. Just takes off on the edge and even gets a little leap into the end zone. So great job, great blocking, way to seal the edge, and touchdown, Lake Station.
And they're going to go for 2. That's his 17th touchdown on the year in total. 6th one rushing for Alderson. See if they don't just give this football to him again. No, they'll give it to Parker this time. It's actually an option play. Parker decides to keep it, and he'll go down, so the 2-point try is no good. So 6-0 is the lead for Boone Grove as we take a look at the replay here of that touchdown once again. Just easy. I mean, just get to the outside and just make a play. So we will take a break. 6-0 lead for Lake Station over Boone Grove early in the second quarter on JEDTV. We welcome you back. A touchdown run for Oscar Alderson of 20 yards has put Lake Station in the lead, 6-0 after a failed 2-point conversion. But Lake Station, if you're just joining us, I've been saying it the whole broadcast, 9-game win streak for Boone Grove. On the line right here. This one's caught by Josh Wilkins. He's going to get a chance. They've already had one good return tonight, Boone Grove. This time, Wilkins gets to the 40. So Boone Grove will come back out offensively, hoping for a little bit better than they did on their previous 2 drives. They turned it over on the first drive, and then on the second drive, they couldn't get anything going from their own territory and had to punt. And then Montez didn't actually get all of the punt. When he did punt it, it was almost blocked by Caden McNeil. And actually, the Lake Station players are out here dancing right now. They really feel good the way they've started this game.
And they should. I mean, being able to strip the opposing team's star player to start the game, that has to give you the utmost confidence. But I wouldn't be surprised if Boone Grove just kind of tries to wake up the beast with Sal Montes this possession.
They try to go on the ground. Nothing doing. Big tackle right there. In one of them on the tackle was Hector Mendoza. But either way, nowhere to go on that run at the end of the day for number 47, Gavin Daniels. So they're just trying to get anything and everything to go right now, Boone Grove, but nothing is working. That defensive line for Lake Station is dominating the line of scrimmage, which honestly seemed like it would have been the difference in this game as to who's going to win.
It honestly would have. And if you would have told me, I mean, really that first drive, we keep mentioning it, that fumble, but that play looked really good.
Yeah.
Lake Station looked like they were going to, Boone Grove looked like they were going to dominate. But they'll just have to get back to that. And I think the way to do it at this point would kind of be to take Lake Station's tactic in speeding up the game, just to kind of wear them down, because a lot of the Lake Station's better players are playing both ways right now.
Yeah, well, Neiman picks up 5 on that, and it'll be 3rd down and about 7 here. Boone Grove could not pick up the 3rd down conversion on the previous 2 attempts and didn't get the chance on that first drive to go for a 3rd down conversion. Here we go again, 3rd down and 7. Lake Station might just force them to throw the football here, which is what they haven't done too much so far. We get a whistle and a timeout by Lake Station, trying to get the right personnel out on the field to force another punt, get the football back to their offense. We will take a break. 6-0 lead for the Eagles over the Wolves. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. It's 3rd down and 7. Kyle Mathas joined by Isaiah Gransberry here in Boone Grove tonight. Weather in the low 60s. It's really feeling like fall out there. Fall honestly came a little bit late this year, but it's been pretty warm for the last few weeks. But here we go, 3rd down and 7. Got to get this with Montez rolling to the right. Escapes. Tries to show the elusiveness, but can't escape for long. They get him down again. This time it's Anthony Agrita, the junior, who gets the TFL's 10th of the season, and it's 4th down. Another punt coming up for Boone Grove.
The feistiness from this group, and Lake Station, I mean, as the game keeps going on, they're getting more and more confidence.
Yeah, their defensive line right now, they've got to be gaining confidence by the play. I mean, it's surprising to see a guy like Sal Montez not be able to escape and be tackled in the backfield after the season he's had. He's going to have to punt again here. It was almost blocked. Actually, it's a fake. Montez has a long way to go, and the fake punt does not work out. They come up 5 yards short, and Lake Station was ready for that fake all the way. And Boone Grove at this point, they needed something, and that for Coach Kukolski was maybe the play that would have gotten the spark, but it did not work out for them.
That was definitely one of those let me try to catch you off guard type of plays, and they get one extra block on the end. We might be seeing Salmonte still running. But
exactly, yeah. Could have been a big game, or a big gain. His long in rushing this season is 82 yards. So,
yep. And that was that big one we saw in the Hometown Jams top 10 play of the week a couple weeks ago.
So Lake Station's offense, which has been pretty good so far, they scored a touchdown on their last drive, back on the field. It's an end around here to Alderson. This time Boone Grove is ready, but they can't get the tackle. Alderson getting to the outside. There's going to be a hold here. Alderson gets out of bounds. But this is going to be a hold on Lake Station. They held over on that left side. I think David Parker will be the guilty party here. As we await the call. Multiple flags actually came in. So Parker was blocking over on this left side when Alderson came from right back to the left. As we take a look at the replay, number 1 is who you'll be looking at, right in front of Alderson. Holds right there. Yep. No, he didn't really try to hide it.
And, I think they got him with a block in the back for that extra push because, to your point, when you're holding, you can be engaged. And, for our listeners at home, you can be engaged with the player if they turn or whatnot. As long as you're already engaged, that is not a holding. And so it was the extra push when he let go and pushed this guy in the back. He could have just let it go. That had an impact on the play. They threw the flag.
Another big penalty. Got to go a long way now. First and about 20. Parker trying to escape. He will for a second. Tries to make something out of nothing. Stays in bounds. Wow, David Parker walks the tightrope. We will see where they mark him out of bounds. Wow, he picks up about 10 yards, and 7 of those yards were on the tightrope. Unbelievable that he was able to keep his footing there. And Aiden Torbison actually had a chance there. He's a senior captain. He wasn't able to bring Parker down in the backfield, his elusiveness.
Yes, and what elusiveness that was by Parker. I mean, that's straight athleticism. That's straight weight room. You know, way to keep his balance and get an extra, really, 5 yards after that.
Mm-hmm. 2nd down and 10. Lake Station is going to only have one player in the backfield right now. It's a surprising look as Parker gets the carry as that quarterback position. He'll get about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and long here for the Eagles. And how important this game is for conference play. Last year, Boone Grove went unbeaten in conference play, 3-0. These two teams only have one game remaining in the season after this. That's why it's senior night here tonight in Boone Grove. And Boone Grove will be taking on Hammond Bishop Knoll, and then it'll be a game against River Forest for Lake Station.
The Hillbilly Super Bowl, I believe they call it, over there in River Forest, a team that's also doing solid this year, not great.
Well, wide open and catching it here, and is Oscar Alderson breaks free, and he's in for the touchdown. David Parker gets his 10th touchdown pass of the season. Alderson came out of the backfield and was wide open. Broke the initial tackle by Colton Brosh. And it's now, as you take a look at that replay, broke one tackle and the rest was history.
Yes, and what a play. He even had a lead blocker to block some ghosts there heading to the end zone. A great job.
Conrad Callahan was up there. He was the one who was blocking those said ghosts. So it's 12-0. Lake Station in front, and they'll go for 2 to try to go up 14-0. I mean, both of these teams paid serious money to give their athletic programs some serious upsell. And I mean, Lake Station got new shoulder pads, got new jerseys. Boone Grove opened up a weight room facility, has a great athletics facility. So it's just a matter at this point of who can show off their new roster and their new equipment the most right now. Lake Station's got the edge at the moment as they'll go for 2. Parker with a run up the middle. Can he power his way in? It's going to be close. We'll wait for the line judge. They say he's in for the 2-point conversion. David Parker gets it to go. 14-0. Lake Station with a surprisingly good start to the game. You'd expect this game to be pretty close, but Lake Station so far has the edge with that touchdown pass from Parker to Alderson. 14-0, Eagles on top. We welcome you back to Boone Grove. So Doc's Barbecue scoreboard update. 14-0 lead for Lake Station over Boone Grove, with Oscar Alderson being the focal point of this offense tonight. A rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown so far for number 6.
And some more updates for that scoreboard. We got Hobart up on Hammond in the second quarter, 13-0. Valparaiso up on Portage, 7-0 in the second quarter. Lowell up on Munster, 14-0 in the second quarter. And LaPorte, surprisingly, up on Michigan City.
Wow.
7-0.
That'd be a big upset right there.
That would. And that is also a rivalry game.
Well, Lake Station was called for being offsides on the kickoff, so they'll have to kick from the 35 this time after the penalty.
And you mentioned it. One more game left in the regular season. The sectional draw is actually this Sunday. So these are two teams that can very well get the roll of the lottery ball and play each other again in 3 weeks.
Yeah. That'd be quite the game, especially if Lake Station can hang on and win this one.
Yes.
That kick went out of bounds, so that offsides penalty on the kickoff is going to actually end up putting Boone Grove with some favorable field position here, and they need it right now because Lake Station's defense, most notably their defensive line, has done incredibly well in stopping this Boone Grove rushing attack. that averages about 159 rushing yards per game. So we will see what the Wolves can do here coming into this game. 3-3, but at one point in this season they were 1-3, and they're on a 2-game winning streak right now. Win over River Forest, and then a win, their first road win of the season last week against Whiting. So they got a big win in that game.
Yep, and speaking of that sectional, Whiting's also in that sectional, and really 7 of the 8 teams are 500 or above.
Yeah.
So a very competitive sectional with obviously everybody wanting to catch the Andrean 59ers, who continuously dominate the sectional.
And Lake Station got a win over Whiting as well earlier on, 36-28. Going to get an extra man in the huddle penalty here on Boone Grove, and start at the 40. Now they'll back up to the 35. I want to mention that Boone Grove, in that 9-game win streak over Lake Station right now, they've outscored the Eagles 427-44. Almost 400 more points for Boone Grove. Well, 14 more points tonight for Lake Station so far.
That is absurd. That is an absurd stat. And if Lake Station can hang on, let alone keep Boone Grove to a low score, then they'll be looking pretty, very pretty. As the John Harrell, which a lot of people refer to as, the Vegas of Indiana high school football, has the prediction being in Boone Grove's favor, 35-31.
Well, Boone Grove just got a good gain on that play. And it was about 11 yards there for Logan Greeny, the freshman, on the carry. And it'll be second down and about 4. First down marker at midfield for the Wolves. Honestly, Lake Station's secondary has not had to be tested yet as Montez runs to the left, and Lake Station's got him wrapped up. Montez nowhere to go once again, and Lake Station with a big play on that one. Coming in was David Parker. He got him for the TFL this time. It's 3rd down and 7.
What a big stop right there. And Lake Station, they've been doing a great job controlling the edge, both on offense with the runs and defensively. Getting those ends up the field, keeping their shoulders square, and making the runners have to go through them to do anything else.
So 3rd down, and we'll call it 8. Let's see if Boone Grove can air this one out here with Montez. Oh, he's going to run it. Montez trips up. On a gain of 2, it'll be 4th down. And in a 4th and 5 situation, and the refs are actually going to give them a pretty, not the most favorable marker, but are you desperate enough right now, Isaiah, to go for this on 4th down and medium, or do you punt it again and try to let your defense do something? I'm
going to have to say that I think Dan Kolsky is pretty much on Madden mode. He went for it on 4th down there. He went for it on 4th down when he was backed up into his own territory. If I'm Lake Station, I'm playing it safe right here.
They don't even have a return man back right now. Montez gets a good connection on this punt. Rolls inside the 10. Can they get there in time? No. Rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Logan Cordova had a shot to down that at the 1.
No, I think they're going to give it to him.
They're going to say that Cordova downed it, and this is going to be inside the 1-yard line where Lake Station is going to have to start. What a punt from Montez.
Wow.
And what a kick coverage by Logan Cordova, the junior.
And what a great eye by our officiating crew here tonight. I mean, first touch was indeed at the 1-yard line, and really, honestly, the 1 is pretty generous because first touch might have been at that centimeter mark.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be difficult now for Lake Station. They now have pretty much 99 and a half yards to go to score a touchdown, but they got to get out of their own end zone first. It's not going to be easy.
As a player, you kind of got to be happy about this. With Lake Station, you talk about padding the stats a little bit.
Yeah.
You have a great opportunity, tons of green ahead of you. Then Boone Grove, get a safety, get on the scoreboard right before halftime.
Yeah, 3:59 to play. Got 3 in the backfield once again for Lake Station. And Parker's going to get it and run upfield and gets about a yard or so before they blow this play dead. So at least he gets maybe to the 1.5-yard line instead of the half. But I wouldn't be surprised if all 3, at least of these first, second, and third downs right here, would be runs for Lake Station. They don't even, I wouldn't imagine that they want to even risk it to throw it in their own end zone.
No, and I think you're exactly right here. They're going to run it. And if they're really looking for it, they're running this clock down to try to limit how much time Boone Grove has when they get the ball back.
Yeah, well, empty is Parker. High snap. Runs to the right. David Parker brought down behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be back to the half-yard line here on third down.
He slips out.
Yeah, just barely.
Just barely. And, you wonder if the coach is trying to tell his guys, let this clock run down a little bit. I think, there was 8 seconds on the game clock prior to that, too.
Going to get whistles. I wouldn't be surprised if Boone Grove uses a timeout here, and they will, to try to stop that clock with 2:45 to go. We will take a break. 2:45 to play in the first half. 14-point lead for Lake Station over Boone Grove. We welcome you back to Boone Grove, Indiana. 14-0 lead for Lake Station. However, they're backed up at their own half-yard line on third down and about 10. They got to get out of their own end zone here with David Parker in the backfield. Their experienced veteran quarterback here, the senior. Does Boone Grove take the risk here and go for the blitz? Well, Parker's going to throw it. Wide open man over the middle. It's caught. Spinning free here with Alderson, and he's got enough for the first down.
Wow.
How risky was that? But it paid off. Alderson has just been open all game.
Alderson is like a ping pong ball. I mean, he gets popped pretty good. Great go route right there. 4 verts, basically, and gets popped and bounces right back up like it's a Halloween scary house.
Yeah. My goodness. Alderson has basically, or actually literally been the receiver in every completed pass for David Parker tonight, including that touchdown pass earlier on in this second quarter. Boone Grove fans trying to get a little bit loud, help their team out. Alderson on the end around. Boone Grove's got that locked up, and it's a short game with 2 minutes to play. I mean, exactly how Lake Station would want to come into this game and play this first half on the road here in a hostile environment, in a place where they haven't won in quite some time.
Yes, and they definitely haven't won here because it's the first full year Boone Grove has played at their facility, I believe. Or no, actually last year was, and so the second full year. And so they definitely have not won here.
Yeah, and they played on the road last year.
Yep.
Boone Grove did, so first time these two teams have met on this football field. Parker gives it to an end around again here. It's McNeil this time. McNeil breaks free. He's got a first down across the 25. Now Lake Station's got to figure, do we run this clock down and take it to halftime with a 14-0 lead, or do we try to do something here with one timeout left in the half?
A great coach, Craig Osika, by the way, once said, take the points. So I'm hoping that Lake Station goes and takes these points right here. I mean, it looks like they're slowing down a little bit. But
the clock's under a minute. Well, actually, we have an Eagle down on the play. It looks like it's number 10, Nicholas Rico, the junior, who went down on the ground. Looks like he's limping. So the clock stops for an injured player with 55 seconds on the clock. So we'll take a break for the injury with Lake Station leading 14-0. Well, welcome back after the injury timeout. And actually, it was an injury timeout for Nicholas Rico. He actually got up under his own power, so he's okay, but clock stops with 55 seconds. And Lake Station here with Glenn Goley in his 4th season. We'll see if they, like you said, Isaiah, try to do something here, try to take the points.
It'll be interesting. I think out of timeouts right now, I think they're probably in their heads going to go for something big this play, and if they don't get it, probably just run it down.
I got 8 on the play clock here. Parker's been pretty good throwing the football so far. It's a fake to the end around. Parker keeps, runs forward, and he'll get a short gain to the 30, but with no timeouts left, I think Lake Station is content with taking this to halftime with the lead.
Yes, and that end around might have been a setup for another play potentially.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it looked like that receiver wanted to break out for a route, so I wonder if this time around we might see something fancy.
Well, they're trying to. It's a fake. Parker falls down, and McNeil gets the carry here to the 45-yard line.
That is one of the
that
more
is the weirdest play I've seen in a minute.
Absurd things.
David Parker fell down on the ground. As you take a look at that replay, and then McNeil ran it to the outside. I think Boone Grove was so shocked at what had happened.
If I'm not mistaken, the white head down there is Scott Leffert, and even he has a smile on his face. I mean, it wasn't illegal. It's the quarterback, but it's definitely something you're not used to.
I don't think I've ever seen a play like that before. See something new every day. So it's going to be first down with 15 seconds. Parker will throw, and pressure in his face gets it off to McNeil. He's got a long way to go here. Excuse me, this is Alderson. Alderson is so elusive, somehow staying on his feet. There's a flag down. This looks like it's going to be a hold with less than a second to go. There's probably got to be at least one hold in there, maybe multiple, but I just, it's unbelievable how Alderson is able to stay on his feet for so long. I mean, there's 15 seconds left on the clock, and he just basically used the whole 15, or should I say 12 seconds, to elude the defense.
Going to be a blindside block on the offense, and they're going to take him back. We got
0.9 seconds left.
Yeah, 0.9 seconds left, and this drive has been one of the more, I guess, October-like drives. You know, this is very scary. Yeah, very
Halloween is
like,
coming early tonight.
So we'll see what they want to pull out of their bag of tricks here. Oh, nope.
They'll have to wait for the second half. The clock runs after the personal foul, and the first half comes to a close with Lake Station leading at 14-0 over Boone Grove, and probably one of the wackiest final drives that we've seen in quite some time. David Parker with a touchdown pass to Oscar Alderson, and Alderson also had a touchdown run. We'll take a break and be back shortly for some halftime thoughts after this.